Now then, how the devil are you? Well, excellent, me too, thank you very much for asking. Today is national even, easy for me to say, Tortilla Chip Day. A day for eating tortilla chips. So let's have a look at how that might even potentially tie into your social media. I have no idea right now.
The Social Media Podcast with Simon Scholes. Tips, hints, and great content ideas.
Alright then, this is going to be a really distant cousin to National Tortilla Chip Day. But anyway, hopefully you're well. I'm Simon Scholes, founder and creative director of Perception Studios, the award-winning visual marketing agency based in the UK. We help brands and businesses make content that helps them stand out on their social media. And as always, I'm here to help you with your social media, try and give you ideas of things that you can do for free yourself. And today being National Tortilla Chip Day, I thought, well, the obvious one here is toppings. Stay with me here, stick with me. I'm going to take you through what you could be doing with your content from one single piece of content. So when you have your tortilla chip, your single piece of content, then you add lots and lots of things on top to make it even more appealing. And so you could do that kind of thing with your social media. I know, stick with me, don't go anywhere. Basically what I'm saying is, once you've made one piece of content, make that piece of content work harder for you by layering it with lots of other pieces of content made from that one piece of content. One of the things that most people struggle with when they're coming to social media and having to create content for each of the different channels is time to make that content. So if you can make one piece of content work harder for you, then you're on to a bit of a winner. This is why I came up with how to 9 times your social media in the first place, because so many people were struggling to make content. So how about making it easier for them, giving them an opportunity to do something that they all can do, and then creating content from that. So whether you're a writer, you could blog. Whether you are a photographer, you could take pictures. Whether you are somebody who feels they have a good voice, you could do a podcast. Or whether you feel you're great on camera, you could do a video. But all those things can be the base pedal, the base point for making more content from them. So if you make any of those things, then you could think about actually what could you do with that content that you could make other stuff from. So if you do a blog, if you're brilliant at writing, then you could use apps like Lumen 5, who will artificially intelligently look at the content from the blog and actually make a video from it with royalty-free photos and royalty-free videos. Or you could use other apps that do the same kind of thing. Or you could, maybe if you're the photographer, you've got your photos, you can take your photos and make a video out of those, giving hints and tips away of how you got those particular photos and maybe got the lighting correct and all that kind of stuff. If you do have a great voice and you do a podcast, you can turn that podcast into a video, and then that video into short form content, and then you could actually get it transcribed and turn it into a blog. This is something I've been doing recently rather than actually writing blogs. I've been getting the podcasts or the videos that I do on a daily basis actually transcribed by rev.com, and they have a brand new service where they do a rough edit, so it's not perfect, for 50 cents for about 5 minutes worth of audio, which is brilliant. It's like 10 cents a minute, which is just great. So then you've got a blog as well. So there's lots of different things you can do, but what I'm saying is layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. So if you're good at making one particular thing, then use that one particular thing and create other content with it. There is no point in just doing that one thing and just posting it in one place. Absolutely put your effort into one particular social media channel where your audience is, but don't forget the other social media channels. So put like 90% of your effort into that one particular channel where your audience is, but don't forget 10% is still left over for you to still talk to your audience on other channels, on other potential channels, because there's a chance somebody else might see it on Twitter if your channel's LinkedIn, or on Facebook, or on Instagram, or on Snapchat, or on TikTok, or on YouTube. So think about your content and what you could do to actually repurpose your content, make it work harder for you so that you have more content to work with every single week or every single day. Hopefully you got some value from this. It's a little bit muddled, I know, it's a little bit of a confusing one, but basically just make your content work harder for you. Just actually start doing more with it than just, if it is a photograph, just posting it in one place. If it is a podcast, just sticking it out as a podcast. People want to consume content in other ways. They don't want the friction of having to go to a channel that they wouldn't normally use. So you're best off speaking to them where they potentially are going to be. Okay, thanks ever so much for listening. As always, if you're brand new, please do leave maybe a rating or a comment or something along those lines. That would be amazing. And if you are not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you let other people know about the content and the videos and stuff like that I do on a daily basis to help give value and make sure people are able to work on their social media and understand what they can do themselves for free. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and have a good one. Bye!
This was a Perception Studios production.